Welcome to In the Cart, sponsored by MB Golf Cars and Club Car. Today we're in Beresford at the Bridges at Beresford Golf and Event Center. Is that right?
Yep, golf course and event center.
Event Center. Here with Ben Reiter.
Good morning, Reiter.
Ben Reiter today. We're going to take off on hole number 1 here. One of the signature holes here at the course. Also, one of the hardest starting holes you might ever find. We are very familiar with this course. We golf it a lot. We'll come down here, and hole 1 can really define who's going to win the match. How do you describe hole number 1?
Very demanding tee shot, very demanding second shot. Our number 1 handicap here.
Okay.
And it's the only original golf hole from the redesign.
Nice. Yeah, so there's a creek that runs right here. You'll see that pop up a few times throughout the round. And here's a signature right here, bridges. How many bridges do you think are out here?
We have 8 bridges.
8 bridges?
Yes,
all right.
Donated from other local city municipalities in the state.
So cool. When this redesign was happening, I was like, what a cool concept to have. Just embrace the bridges and what you have going on here. So here's your landing area you're going to want to land in. You can use driver here, but I end up right a lot. So maybe like a shorter, like a hybrid or a 5-wood might be good here too.
Absolutely, yep. Fairway wood, 3-wood, kind of a strategic hole here. Like I said, putting it in the right place to be able to approach this green here.
Yeah,
heavily
so
guarded
cool.
in front and back, as you can see.
Yep, so here's the water in the front, eating up a lot of my wedge shots into this green. Now, it's a pretty big green, but behind it, there's a sand trap.
Yes, sir.
Behind that, there's a road.
Correct, out of bounds.
And behind that is a house. And I think we've got a couple roll up into that their driveway. I've seen it.
I'm sure that's happened. I know them well.
You do know them well?
Yes, I do.
But what a fun hole. Par's good here. You get par, you're doing really good. It's going to set you up for the rest of your round.
Agreed. I take bogey too.
I think bogey's great. I'm shooting for bogey on this hole a lot because of how difficult it is. I mean, you're playing that second shot to try to get to the green. If you hit it in the water, you still got another chance maybe to get that bogey if you get it close with that chip. But I tend to tense up on that chip shot then when I got to go over the water and just a short little chip.
Very common.
Very common. All right, hole number 2 is a par 5. Winds a lot of times out of the south here when we're out here, so that makes it kind of a challenge.
Adds yardage to the hole.
Add some yardage to the hole, and it's not a straight shot. You kind of got to angle it. The fairway's on the left. There's some hills on the right.
Left to right dog leg here with the hazard all the way up the left-hand side, and then it goes right in front of the green about 30 yards out.
Yep.
And yeah, so like I said, hazard left, out of bounds right.
So if you play this one right, I think you can get on that green or get close to the green in 2 if you really can get a good second shot there. Absolutely. But even on in 3 is fine. If you're on the green, you can score well.
Yep, bailout is left.
Bailout is left. There's actually a lot of space over to the left. I've kind of learned that over the years to just go left with it. Let's talk about your clubhouse. When was the clubhouse built?
So, it was redesigned there in 2002, 3, 4, and 5, and then we ended up, finally opening it up in 2007 there.
Okay.
So about 4 years to kind of remodel the golf course and build the facility there. So,
I think a lot of courses have modeled your design for their remodels because you have the event space in there. It's a good community hub for Beresford.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we have graduation parties, bridal showers, lots of other business events that take place there. Yeah. Yes, it's a state-of-the-art facility with all the amenities for our guests.
Yeah, it's amazing. We come down here, you have a great staff, you have food options, any beverage you want. We're always happy to come down. And then the tournaments, we've played in a few tournaments. You run a great event down here always.
Oh, thank you, Derek.
You're welcome. So here we are. There's the green. You can see it's pretty tough to get to. It's kind of a narrower green, just kind of a long oblong thing, right?
Yep. Kind of, it's a back to front sloping, like I said, towards that left-hand side. That's why it's a great bailout left.
Yep. And you got a good approach in from there then too. wedge shot in. There's a sand trap over there too, you gotta be careful for. And another bridge right
Another
here.
bridge.
Yeah, so some of these look like they're old, like county road bridges, maybe even with the metal sides.
Absolutely correct.
All right, hole number 3. Get your first par 3 here. Giant green, I always think.
Yes.
So you shouldn't miss it, but you can. Guarded on the front by sand trap, and kind of got some big moguls on the back. So even if you do miss off that back, you can come back down, but that's a really hard chip from over there or on the right, I think, too.
Yeah, if you can hit the green, it's ideal. It's our harder par 3 of the 2, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't get as many hole-in-ones as hole 7.
Okay. These are facts.
It definitely can be a skin, actually, on our tournaments as well. Like I said, if we do a back left pin placement there, it's a good challenge.
Yeah.
Once again, par is perfect.
Par's good. I like par here. That wind's open here, sometimes to the south, and that can really affect your shot, I think, too.
The higher part of the golf course, right here.
Yep. So we got some newer homes built around here too. When they did the remodel, they expanded the course to more acres, right?
Yes, correct. So the original course, I believe, was on right around 35 acres, and now the new redesign is, I believe, on 140 acres.
Okay.
Including the driving range. So
yes, and that's another thing too. We don't always see 9-hole courses that have a driving range or those practice facilities like you do. So I think that's a huge asset to have.
It's a great opportunity for us. Yeah, we do get quite a few guests from surrounding cities here that are looking to improve their game, have some fun, and
it's a great opportunity for that.
we've got a beautiful putting green.
Yeah, exactly. It's very nice. Hole number 4, depending on which tee boxes you play, there's water left. You can clear those if you're aggressive. If you're playing up a little bit further, it's easier to get, I think. But you can also go right really quick. A lot of drives end up right because that is the safe shot.
And there we have some trees and some mounds and undulating lie, which adds the complexity of the shot.
Yes, it does. And I love hitting into this green. I feel like this is one of my favorite greens to hit into. And the pin's way in the back left right now, so it kind of sets up for a good backstop in there.
Funny you should say that, Derek, because this is my favorite hole on the course. I love this approach shot. I do like the tee shot as well, kind of carrying up over the hazard there. So yeah, this is my favorite hole on the course right here.
Pretty cool. I'm glad you said that, because I do enjoy this hole. The next hole is a par 5 that I think is very gettable. I play that hole usually pretty well, but this hole is just a ton of fun, I think.
It's a great golf hole, demanding bunkers there in the front.
Yep. And it's not a very big green compared to some of the other ones, maybe you would say.
Yep, they do average right around, I believe, 9,500 square feet out here, so we do have some large greens.
Yeah.
Sets up for a lot of different pin placements.
Tell me about some of the events you have out here, your golf events.
We have some that have been going over 30 years. We have community fundraiser events that happen here. The clubhouse or the golf course, we run a handful of events as well. Just a lot of fun. Like I said, a lot of fundraisers. The ones we run are cash payouts, so that does bring in some big hitters here.
As opposed to like clubhouse credit.
Right, but yeah, we like I said, we all have fun here. But yeah, some corporate events here for sure. Fundraising events, goes back towards the baseball fields here. It goes back towards scholarships for high school students. We have a South Dakota Showdown, which generates a lot of money. It goes towards students that want to go to SDSU or USD. So yeah, a lot of good stuff here for the community. Yeah,
you always have the special flags out for that one too, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's a favorite one here. The alumni go crazy for that. It's a good one.
That's
just
so cool.
Decked out in all the apparel. So.
Yeah, they go all in. Yeah, so this one here, hole 5.
Hole 5, it's the easiest hole on the golf course here.
There is some trouble way left, some taller grass, and then those bunkers that kind of can interfere with your drive if you're not accurate.
Perfectly placed.
Perfectly placed. Yeah, I've been in those several times. But here you got a nice open for that second shot. You can go for the green too, if you're in position for that. There's a roll-up area.
Yep. Good rollout here and then to the left. But our senior league, they raise money every Thursday, and they actually plant some trees here. So we've been trying to add to the challenges to this hole a little bit. But yeah, it's nice for our senior men's league to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, this I did notice those going up, and that's great that there's some of that buy-in from your members.
Yeah, we've talked about maybe having some of that money reallocated towards some cart paths here as well. So, like I said, they help out tremendously.
Absolutely. And you do have a lot of paths, but they're not continuous, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So back in here, there's some new homes that were built. I think these are twin homes up here.
Correct, yes. I believe there's one lot still for sale here on the golf course. Otherwise, they've all been purchased.
Yeah. This would be a cool place to have a house, I think. I'd love to live down here. There's no surprise that the Sioux Links crew loves playing at Beresford. We come down here during the week a lot, get our Wednesday night round, Tuesday night round in, what have you. So you do have a new bathroom here, I see.
Yeah, we did put the standalone restroom in here a couple of years ago, and that has been that's been enjoyed by our guests versus what we had prior. So
yeah, and you even have a walking path that kind of cuts through here too. I'm sure everybody uses that.
Bike trail, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hole 6, probably another signature hole. It's a really cool drive, tee shot from back here, which once in a while we'll do this one because we just want to see the look.
Sure.
Usually we're teeing off from the up tees more. Got the big lake on the left. And
that's where we irrigate from.
That's where you irrigate from. Yep. A driver can get to the green from up here.
It's a risk-reward hole, so you can go up over the pump house here, and take a driver and try and reach the green, which we do have on our tournament days. Otherwise, you can play strategic, hit it right down the fairway. It's a left to right sloping fairway.
Yeah. That ball can really run away from you up there on that fairway too, so you kind of got to keep it tight with the trees.
To the left, otherwise you get blocked out to the right. But this is actually the members' favorite hole here.
The members love this hole.
Yes, awesome. It is. Kind of have that tree right down there at the end.
Yep, it's a big cottonwood that's it's a target kind of there.
It used to have a sister, but it went down in the wind, so we did cut that down. But we used to have 2 of those big.
Okay, we've seen a lot of the the derechos and the wind we've had, just storms. I mean, that just happens. You can't control it. You gotta live with it.
Then kind of the shot kind of back.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, and we got some of the leaves are changing today.
Towards the grain mills. I love seeing the grain bins back there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're rural community here,
South Dakota here.
So Ben, what is your background?
So yeah, I'm a PGA golf professional. I spent 12 years down in Southern California, kind of chasing a golf dream. Playing on some mini tours down there, but all roads lead back to the clubhouse. So I'm growing the game for teaching. I've got some junior clinics out here, junior camps that go in July and a little bit in June. So just like I said, trying to grow the game, each student at a time, but enjoy doing it.
Absolutely. When you first came, I had a previous contact here at Beresford, and when you came on board, I started talking to you. I was like, going, this is the perfect guy for Beresford because of the experience that you brought in.
Thank you very much.
And it's worthy of everything. It's worthy of you coming down here because this course is awesome. We love playing here. Your conditions match anything that you could see in Sioux Falls. If it was in Sioux Falls, it would get a ton of play.
Yes, we average right around, I believe, 18,000 rounds. We're going on this year. Last year we had right around 17,500. So every year we're gaining rounds, and yeah, like you said, people are really enjoying the conditions out here. Pride ourselves in the service. Like I said, we really appreciate people coming to and enjoy our product here. Definitely.
It's so much fun to get the hometown pride and that customer service here in the clubhouse. So recommend coming down here if you have not been to Beresford. It is not that far away. We beat you to the clubhouse today. We were so fast. It's so fast from southern Sioux Falls, but yeah, come on down. Check this place out. So I wanted to ask you about, there's a bell here, and this hole is blind.
For that hero that's trying to go over the pump house here. So that's how we're trying to notify our players behind that the green is clear.
It's clear to go.
So the Classics actually donated that.
Nice. And that's a newer edition too, I believe.
It is, yes. That was just a couple of years ago now.
And then we got another par 3 here. This one's protected by bunkers, and a member of our group was notorious for hitting it in that right bunker short. But he has a great bunker player, so he can get par even from there. But this one's got my number a lot, it seems like.
And it's got most hole-in-ones as well. It kind of has a funneled green kind of right and left, so if you put the flagstick there in the center, like I said, we've had many hole-in-ones here.
Nice.
But we've removed trees here from the east. We've had some trees donated from the Dolan family, some evergreens in the back for some additional targets for alignment.
Yeah, when you look at this, there's a huge hill behind this, and I'm guessing when they did the remodel, they just built up a ton of stuff there because it doesn't look natural when you look from behind it. But it's really made that hole pretty to have that big hill behind it, and I got the trees back there.
And then it gives an opportunity for the people on this next hole, you know, to be blocked out as well. So a little more protected, a little more private back here.
Yeah, you got the black tees are way back here. I don't think I've ever hit from there.
Challenging par 4. Yes, very challenging. Got hazard left, out of bounds right here with the walking path.
We'll hit from one of these tee boxes here typically, and the water comes into play easily. And those trees, actually. You can roll into those trees. So a good drive here can really set you up for a good hole, because it isn't that far. Then if you get up there, you know, within 120 or maybe even to 100, depending on how hard you hit it.
And this one's right bordered by the high school here, the Beresford Watchdog. So our architect, Pat Weiss, he actually input a paw print here in the bunker. So it's kind of a cool little signature.
I need to look at that from Google Maps.
They're like pot bunkers. They're very challenging. Yeah,
they are. That's a different.
Remind you of St. Andrews.
Yeah, and from there you're basically just popping out. You can't go for the green if you're
exactly
there.
Yep.
So it narrows up really tight right here, and then into that green. This is a pretty big green. It's got kind of a hill in the middle of it.
Undulating, very undulating green here.
But those back pins are really hard to get back there because you got this rolling down. You can easily roll off. The front left is my favorite when they're up there.
Yes, me as well. That's where you can birdie.
So your crew's out working today. Tell me about your greenskeeper and your lawn crew.
So we have Jason Strand as our superintendent here, and he's accompanied. He's got Kelly Heisch that assists him with that as well, and then he's got just a great crew. You know, many of the locals here from the high school help out. Probably about a team of 6. You know, to take care of this facility. They also help out with the parks as well, the baseball field. So it's kind of a team effort between multiple crews.
Yeah. So city-run course, if you haven't figured that out yet, obviously. But there's some great city-run courses, and this is one of them. So you got a great system, great belief in what you guys are doing here, I think.
Thank you. Yes, we allocate the resources towards Jason and his team to make the agronomy, you know, as our expectation levels are, and also the members.
Yeah, it would be really easy to not. And just like, you know, we don't have the time or effort and money, but obviously if the course is profitable too, you know, that helps, you know, justify it. But what an asset it is to have a course like this in Beresford.
Yes, the community has a deep appreciation, I think, for the facility, for, you know, the well-maintained grounds here. You know, they love bringing family guests here to, like I said, really kind of show off this beautiful golf course here.
Definitely. So we arrived at hole 9. This is a 9-hole course. This is the finishing hole. This course has a great starting hole and a great finishing hole.
Thank you.
If you're back here, there's trees. Trees on the left, hazard on the left. Right is okay, but there's a sand trap over there, and there's kind of taller grass. So you got to hit this chute when you're teeing off. Tell me about hole 9.
A draw is the ideal shot. You know, when I go out here with my playing lessons, I have them tee off on the far left-hand side of the tee box, kind of aim at that bunker, and then shot shape it around, because you will get a bounce to the left as well here. So
you will, and it can
fairway
roll
wood
pretty
hybrid.
Good. Yep. Yeah, and then
And absolutely, you're excited. You can get a lot of rollout.
you can get a lot of roll on it, it seems like here, yeah, which is really fun. So we usually tend to always play back here, even if we're playing like an upper tee box. We'll try to finish with a longer tee box here, because it is just a fun shot here.
Go through the chute, because I said it's kind of a narrow chute there, with the trees have really grown out here over the past few years.
Yeah, it's not getting any easier. And then there's trees in the front, right down there in the water, that are kind of coming up now too, almost, if you hit a stinger low.
Right, and then trying to carry the trees there to the left is virtually impossible.
Yes, you can't.
I've tried hoisting them up over those trees, and it can be done, but
you just have the perfect shot, right?
Right.
All right, let's pull on down here. We're gonna see one more bridge as we cross here.
Yeah, some of these local communities, they actually remember, what bridge they've donated. I had a guest here play 3 weeks ago, and she was from the Canton area and wanted to come see, which hole the bridge was actually put on. So she hadn't been here for 15 years, and I think she said it was over there on hole 3, I believe.
That's awesome. Well, those end up just getting torn down and just scrapped, so it's good to keep them alive here. So you see the kind of got a horseshoe bunker over here with those moguls. It's bad over there. We fit some left, can't find them. If you're sitting here, you're good, but you also got to have a great approach shot here.
This is position A. We like to say this is position A right here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bunker protecting the entire front of this green. Left is bad. Right isn't any good because there's a bunch of hills back there, and this is a kind of a long, narrow front to back.
Long, narrow, yep, exactly.
And I see you got it right in the middle. That's
right on the ridge today.
That's a fun one to try to hit and try to stop. Front is actually probably better because you can just clear the trap and then it's go time.
That's the favorite position. A lot of hole outs there with that front left position. I've heard of a few eagles.
Well, that's it from the bridges. Make sure you hit subscribe, like this post, comment if you've been here before. What do you like about the bridges? We call it the bridges. That's kind of our nickname for it. We don't give it the whole spiel always, but thanks a lot for being here with me today, Ben. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.